Did you know that according to the American Lung Association, 158,040 Americans passed away in 2015 from lung cancer, which accounts for about 27% of all types of cancer deaths? Today I am here to inform and try to persuade some of you that the banning of cigarettes in public needs to happen, and this is including in cars due to the damages that can happen to the body of some innocent person that is just trying to have fun with friends and family, like myself most of the time. My grandfather personally, who had fought in the Vietnam War and Korean War, had just recently passed away. He had passed away at the age of 68 after fighting lung cancer for several years until his battle had come to an abrupt end. His kind of cancer that he had passed away from is an unguessable lung cancer, responsible for diagnosing 402,326 Americans in 2015, in which many victims won't know, and my grandpa was one. Most of you most likely don't even realize that you yourself could be a victim of the unfightable lung cancer. Even if you don't smoke, you are most likely one of the victims if you happen to spend a lot of time around someone who does smoke. Secondhand smoking gets more victims than smoking themselves, in which most don't see it coming. This is the dangerous part. Everyone should be aware of the ways that smoke causes lung cancer, even if you are not one. This is why the banning of cigarettes needs to go into effect right now. Cigarettes are full of many harmful substances, in which many do not know that is actually affecting our lungs and heart. These substances are responsible for killing many smokers and the innocent bystanders getting the secondhand smoking, and it's costing the United States billions and billions of dollars each year, all because of the innocent smoking that is done by many people each year. Due to many deaths every year, I thought it would be important to address the issues. I would like to start with my first point, talking about the harmful substances that leads to lung cancer. Cigarettes are full of many harmful substances, and which many don't want to know, and actually have over 60 chemicals and toxins, of which has the ability to lead to deathly lung cancer. It's unstoppable. Many of the ingredients that are filled with in the cigarettes are usually ones that one should never consume alone, due to its unhealthiness. However, many still do, including the non-smokers around the smokers. These ingredients are putting many smokers and non-smokers in life danger. The smoking in public needs to come to an abrupt end. According to the American Lung Association, some of the ingredients that are contained in one cigarette is rat poison, paint stripper, toilet cleaner, lighter fuel, a chemical found in mothballs, poison that used to be used in gas chambers, and even rocket fuel. Just think about that for a second. Many of the people that don't smoke don't think about this. But yes, when you are a smoker or around a smoker, you too are inhaling all these toxic substances. This is why many Americans are dying each year. This needs to be put to a stop. If anyone were to consume any of these substances alone or by themselves, they would most likely instantly die due to the substances, unless if they instantly got pumped out from a hospital. So why do smokers think because it's in the tobacco that it's safe to have it enter our bodies? Or, more specifically, our lungs, our mouth, our brain? It really is not, so why do smokers think it's okay to harm themselves and the bystanders, innocent bystanders? Did you know that more than 2,000 people die daily from lung cancer? Let that just go through your head. 2,000 people. 1/5 of 10,000 people die daily. Think of how many families that is. How sad. This is all caused from the cigarettes that you smoke, or sometimes caused by toxic fumes at the workplace. But who needs to know about that? It's all about the cigarettes. Almost 500,000 of people are diagnosed each year with lung cancer. With how much harm that smoking tobacco causes to everyone around smoke, it is critical that the tobacco smoking comes to an end quickly in the public. Think of all the kids that are being harmed. For the men that smoke or hang around smokers, don't be surprised if one day you start experiencing erectile dysfunction. Yes, this is one of the symptoms of smoking. This is only the impacts that smoking can have on the human body. Only one of the impacts. Imagine just one person experiencing an erectile dysfunction and wondering what can happen. It's from the cigarettes. These substances in cigarettes are not safe and need to be banned in public. Allowing 500,000 people suffering from lung cancer each year is not okay. It needs to come to an end. Even the harmful substances in a cigarette affect innocent non-smokers who choose not to smoke. Smoking in public will kill hundreds of innocent, smart non-smokers every year, including children. When we add the deaths from tobacco related to smoking causes, primarily the impact of secondhand or so-called ETS, the number of deaths from lung cancer exceeded 420,000 people. Is this the price that you smokers are willing to pay? Basically the price of murdering an innocent person, sometimes a child, and which chooses not to smoke, knowing the damages it does to the internal organs and body? Many of you will say no. So why are people still smoking in public places around the people that are usually unfond of smoking being in their faces? This is not okay. This needs to come to a stop. These questions will never be answered. So, why are people still smoking? This will never be answered. Researchers report that exposure to secondhand smoke causes 3,400 lung cancer deaths amongst non-smokers in the United States of America every year. 3,400 lung cancer deaths to innocent people. Again, sometimes children. Environmental smoke from tobacco products also is the cause of 46,000 premature deaths from heart disease each year in non-smokers. Environmental smoke is also responsible for sudden infant death syndrome, also known as SIDS, and causing serious health problems in innocent little children. This is not okay to the victims of secondhand smoke, especially the ones not even old enough to know what the damage that is happening to them. This needs to come to a stop. Cigarettes don't only have a crucial impact on people, but also the environment and planet that we live on. Another important impact of tobacco smoking that is often underestimated is the pollution that is caused by cigarettes daily. Do you smokers ever ask yourself, where do the cigarettes go? Do they just disappear? Where do they go? What effect does this one cigarette butt that I'm throwing on the ground of this earth have on the environment that I'm living on? Not only am I living on, but other people, innocent people that choose not to smoke. It has a huge impact because I have the answer. You are making a very damaging, huge impact in the environment and others living in the environment. It's not only impacting the smokers. They pollute the streets that everyone walks on. They pollute the beaches that people swim in. They pollute the lakes that many animals live in and kids swim in. They pollute the seas that many sea animals suffer from each year due to the intake of the cigarette butts or poison from the cigarette butts. Having the animals eating the cigarette butts that are thrown on the ground daily is very toxic to the animal bodies, which is the cause of the deaths of animals. It is instructive that over 1.7 billion pounds of cigarette butts accumulate in the lakes, the oceans, the beaches, and the rest of the planet's surfaces every year. 4.7 billion tons. Does this put your thought of, oh, it's only one cigarette butt, it'll just disintegrate and not harm anything? It's only one, into the view of just what one can actually turn into? 1.7 billion pounds of just cigarette butts. That is equal to 850,000 tons. That is crazy. An aircraft carrier is 85,000 tons. Just put that into perspective. This affects the water our kids will drink, the habitats for the fish, animals that are struggling to live day in and day out, and plants that one day we will be eating. The toll that smoking takes on the environment is a drastic one, and is definitely not one to mess around with, because once the environment is completely damaged, we are left with nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's the cause of global warming. Smoking affects the whole entire planet, not just the smokers. And it's actually costing the United States of America billions of dollars, which are from taxpayers. Billions! Get that into your mind. Billions of dollars from the taxpayers that the United States is spending on smokers every year. This is outrageous. And lung cancer costs the United States of America and Americans billions of dollars each year. Again, according to the National Institutes of Health, cancer care costs an overall of $124.6 billion each year. And that was in 2010, in which 12.1 billion of that is due to lung cancer. 12.1 billion, that is crazy. This is way too much money that is being spent on a cancer that most people could prevent or avoid. Do you guys get the picture now? Lost productivity due to early deaths from lung cancer lead to an additional $36.1 billion being spent each year. $36.1 billion. Imagine how many cars that can buy. Imagine how many vacations that can buy. That's a lot of money to be spending on cigarettes. Since 2008, Lung Cancer Initiative of North America has spent $750,000 in lung cancer research. This specific lung cancer initiative was taking place in North Carolina. That is one state out of the 50 in the United States. Do you non-smokers really want your hard-earned tax money to go towards a 90% preventable type of cancer? This is way too much money that is being spent on this type of cancer. Let's make this end right now. We need to put a ban. It's critical. After spending $12.1 billion on one kind of cancer, it is needed that the smart ones that choose not to smoke get their freedom from lung cancer, and this needs to end. Even though many tobacco companies and the government won't stop the production of tobacco cigarettes due to the fact of money coming in, it is time to look at the money being stuck into the cancer treatments each year. Of only the lung cancer. Human health is much more important and valuable than money. It is time that cigarette smoking in public becomes banned. So since everyone finally has heard how much damage secondhand smoking has damaged and damages today's world, it is time that we all put down the cigarettes and lift up our health. Bless us all and our families. Let's ban cigarettes in public!